All right, today I'm going to show you how to take a losing trade and repair it and make it into a winner. That's right. If you bought a stock and now it went down, even went down a lot, I'm going to show you some adjustments you can make to repair that trade so it gets you back into profit quickly. Okay, very simple technique here. Pay attention, watch this whole video to the end. I'm going to show you something that you're going to use probably for the rest of your trading career. It's a really good technique. Let's get started. All right, for today's video, we're going to start with Amazon, right? Amazon's a great company, great stock. It's great stock to trade, in my opinion, right? It's in the S&P 500. It's in an uptrend. It has rising earnings or rising revenues year after year, right? Those are very important. If you want to learn how to pick stocks, I have a link below on how I do it. But Amazon's a great stock to trade, okay? So let's just assume we're going to buy Amazon and then it goes against us, right? So let's just assume that a little breakout maybe right here. We could have bought it, right? A little break above this consolidation. So we bought it here, went up, okay, we're happy, went down, no, went back up, we're happy. And all of a sudden earnings come out and bam, right? A big gap down. Oh no, that's not good. Next day, boom, it gaps down even further, right? We get a little recovery by the end of the day, but then 6 days in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it just continues to go down, right? That's trading the stock market, unfortunately. That happens no matter how good you are at picking a stock. Sometimes that can happen, right? It's a great stock. It's in the S&P 500. It's got upward revenues. What the heck happened? Well, earnings came out. It disappointed barely, but it was enough to send it into a tailspin, right? And now you're stuck holding it. And let's just say you bought 200 shares up here at 236, and now you'd be like, gee, I just put 50 grand into the stock, and a week later I'm down $10,000. Not a good feeling, right? Well, what can you do about it? I'm going to show you a technique that gets you out of that sooner rather than later, okay? But first thing you'd want to do is assess the situation. Okay, how bad can this get? Well, let's take a look. The market comes down here as a gap, right? I know markets like to fill gaps. It could go down to there. Well, that's about there already. What else is the next threshold? Well, gee, it could come all the way down here, fill this gap. Here's another one, right? Or it could come all the way back down here and test these lows of the Trump tariff crash, right? So it can do anything it's going to do, and there's nothing we can do about it. But what we can do is take advantage of a vehicle once it starts reversing to get us in recovery much quicker than if we just sit here and wait and hope. Okay, and how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how right now. You take these 200 shares that you bought. Let's just say you bought them for $236 a piece. So you got about what, $47,000 into this stock, right? And now it's come down to, let's say, 199. So what you want to do is transfer some of these shares into what's called a LEAPS option. All right, and what that's going to do is going to give you control of more shares. So let's just say right now you're controlling 200 shares because that's what you bought. Well, if you can sell enough of these to buy three LEAP options, right? Now, instead of controlling 200 shares, you're going to be controlling 500 shares. If you're not familiar with LEAPS, you're going to want to learn how LEAPS work. But I would go sell enough of these shares right here. Take this loss, right? Now you're getting a tax benefit. Harvest this loss against future gains. So you're not just taking a loss to take a loss. You're taking a loss to get a tax benefit. So that's one way of winning from this trade already. It gives you a little bit of a better mindset. Second way you're going to win is say, gee, now I control 500 shares instead of 200 because I sold some of my stock and I bought some LEAPS options. So now when the market recovers, right, you are not just sitting on this little broken pony that got beat down and thrown down the hill to die. Instead, you're on a raging bull that's going to go charging up this hill with ferociousness and put you back into profit very quickly once the market recovers. Okay, the market will recover and the stock will recover. We don't know what's going to happen in the short term, but we know that we can leverage ourselves to get out of this position when the market starts recovering. So when this stock is done going down and it's hit its bottom and it's starting to do its reverse, and everybody has their own technique for determining that, right? I use a volatility indicator in my trading, and I have a course. If you're interested in my course, it's in the description, or you can join my membership and see how I trade every month. I'll give you updates on my exact holdings, but if you want to do this trade here, you're going to have to determine on your own what is your method for saying, hey, this stock is bottomed and I'm ready to get on a faster ride up, right? Because you don't want to just stay on that same old broken pony. You want to get on a raging bull or a racehorse and run up that hill as fast as you can into recovery. And you're going to be capable of that because you've taken your 200 shares and you converted it now into 500 shares of control. So now you have more than 2.5 times as much speed going back up that hill than you had coming down, right? It came down 200, it's going up 500. Does that make sense? All right, that's the secret to recovering quickly in the stock market. The risk is no more than what you're holding already. Okay, now if this thing still goes down, sure, you're going to go down more with it. Okay, but you're also going to recover quicker now because you have 500 shares under your control instead of 200. I hope that's making sense. Again, I have a course, it's in the description. If you like the way I trade and you want to trade every phase of the market, and you want to learn how to take advantage of declines such as this and make a lot of money, I welcome you to take a look at my course. I also offer a membership if you want to see what positions I'm holding every single month. It's called a positioning room. I welcome you to join the club. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.